driving under the influence. Police say she was not just driving drunk. They say that Supervisor Helen Bauman went on a wild ride and then crashed.
And now there are questions about whether she got special treatment. Mike Delastrito has the story from El Dorado County.
And we'll talk about those questions of special treatment in just a minute. But first, who are we talking about here? Supervisor Helen Bauman has been serving this district, which includes El Dorado Hills, since 2000. She runs a vineyard, and she's married to a retired cop. But now, she's the one who's dealing with the cops on a very serious charge. Friday night, 11:30. CHP officers say El Dorado County Supervisor Helen Bauman was driving on Latrobe Road near Chaparral Drive when she veered off the road, crashed through a barbed wire fence, drove around in a half circle.
Came back around through the barbed wire fence, back up onto the roadway across to the other side where she struck an embankment.
That's where the CHP and firefighters found her minutes later. And they say it was clear she was drunk. This is the closest thing you're ever going to see to a mugshot, because Supervisor Bauman was never even taken to jail. Instead, she was admitted to the hospital here at Mercy Folsom, where a doctor has the ability to keep a patient from becoming an inmate. Bauman was treated and released. Is that unusual that she wasn't ever booked into the jail?
No, it's not. Anytime we have somebody involved in an accident, their health and safety is our first and primary concern.
Although Bauman did hit the embankment, the CHP says the crash was so minor, the airbags didn't even deploy.
She didn't appear to be injured. However, to be on the safe side, anytime somebody's involved in an accident, we want to get them checked medically before we take a chance on booking them at the jail.
In this case, Bauman would never be booked, essentially winning a get-out-of-jail-free card.
For us, it's not a way to getting out of going to jail. We just, like I said, our first concern is people's health and safety.
And the CHP says, once again, it was not their call to not book Bauman into the jail. They say that is the doctor's call at the hospital. So what happens now? Well, the CHP finishes their report. They then send that report to the DA's office, who will ultimately file the formal charges. And as far as any comment from Bauman, so far, there is nothing from her office.
That is interesting.